Welcome to RealmCast, Season 2, Episode 4. I'm your Game Master, Bornox, and it's been an exciting couple of weeks since our big game release of Pets. This episode of RealmCast is going to focus on those pets now that you've had time to enjoy them, and that'll include some questions from you. But first, we have Sriracha.
Hey, yo.
We have Buff.
What up?
And we have a special guest star, Koala P.
How's it going?
That is right. She's here in the flesh, and we are going to get to know her. Who are you?
Who am I? I am Koala P. I am a QA analyst for Realm of the Mad God.
How did you come up with Koala P? Or is that your real name?
Yes, my real name is Koala P. No, Koala P is actually a nickname that I got, and it turned into one of my gaming names. So in all of the games that I play, I have a character named Koala P.
Koala P, what is your current role here at Kabam?
I'm a QA analyst. I work mainly on Realm of the Mad God, but I also work with the rest of the games within our studio, so our entire library,
Kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
How long have you played Realm of the Mad God for, Miss Koala P?
I played it a little bit before we acquired it, just to see what it was about, but I didn't really pick it up until I joined the team about last October, I believe.
What are some of your favorite aspects of the game?
I really like playing in the Godlands. It's fun when you get a big group going there, and they
You
just
don't
kind of run around and annihilate everything.
Do you die a lot?
Well, if you read my blog, yes, I die a lot.
Oh, wait, so you have a blog?
I do. I've been keeping a blog to see how long it takes me to max a character.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Can you share the blog URL?
It's actually on my profile on the forums, but it's Babry's ROTMG at WordPress.
Cool. We'll put the link up so you guys can.
Yeah.
I didn't know. That's awesome. It's very cool.
So what other games are you playing right now? I know you love WoW. That's like your other
Yeah,
baby.
I'm playing World of Warcraft.
You hear that? A girl that plays World of Warcraft.
We
A
exist.
real one.
They're out
A real
there.
girl.
A real girl.
One that's capped.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Damn.
Yeah, I play WoW. I also just picked up Dead or Alive 5. I still haven't finished Final Fantasy. I have this bad habit lately of starting games and not finishing them because I get distracted or I have too much other stuff to do. But I have a nice little list going of things to play and things to finish.
So what do you like to do besides work on and play games? If that's even possible to like anything else.
Well, between those two, there's not a lot of time left. I also attend school right now for programming. And on top of that, I like reading, and eventually, or every once in a while, I take a trip to do a little bit of scuba diving.
Oh, cool. Where's the last place you scuba dived?
U.S. Virgin Islands.
Cool. Did you see any cool stuff down there?
I see a lot of rays, I guess, and nurse sharks. It's just peaceful. It's an entirely different world under the water.
So, since you are on QA, you are the lady of QA for Realm. Could you give us just a quick overview of what the process is for QA?
Yeah. So within the development process, typically we will get a spec from the design team. After that, it goes into development with the engineers, and when we get a build, we begin testing using the test cases and test passes that we have prepped while they were engineering it.
I also see you on the forums a lot. Do you check a lot of player feedback and test out the bugs that you find on there?
I'm on the forums every day. I do specifically search for bugs that players have found to reproduce them. I think one that's come up lately is the unknown object on the death screen. That was actually a really fast repro.
Yeah.
But
How did you repro that?
I took a level 1 character and stood in the pile of scorpions on the beach and died.
No way.
Yeah.
Scorpions got you, huh? And then it said died by some code?
Object underscore dash
Yeah.
0 CM, yes.
Cool. Well, that is Koala P, everybody. You can find her on the forum. You can find her on her blog. And you can find her in trees, apparently, because that's where she likes to go.
They are pretty comfy.
Game update. Moving along to game updates. As you know, if you've been playing the game for about the last few weeks, we released a big feature called Functional Pets. So we've put out functional pets. You've had a few weeks to play with them. I personally love my chicken named Gloria.
You've already named the chicken?
You named it Gloria?
She follows me. She's only, she's still common. I found her in the Godlands. Yes, I legitimately even won her. We're close now. It's currently on my rogue, and she has level 24 health and healing power, so I can play in the Godlands a little bit longer than usual, which, still isn't very long. But
Can we call her Glow for short?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can call her Glow for short.
And thank you guys for checking out the video that we made. We had 25,000 viewers, which is awesome.
That's cool.
We loved a lot of the feedback that we got on it, and we look forward to making videos like that again in the future for other releases.
Koala P, what pet have you been playing with the most?
I actually had one of the bluebirds from the Hurricane Sandy relief that got kind of grandfathered in, so I've been playing with that one.
Do you enjoy it?
I do. He's really cute.
Oh, do you have a name, or is it unnamed yet?
I have not named him.
Okay, cool. There's time. Buff, what pet have you been playing with a lot?
I'm working on building up my penguin, actually.
Oh, karate penguin or
oh
just
my God,
penguin?
the
Karate
penguins are so
penguin.
cute.
Exactly.
What color?
It's got the little red
Right
thingamajig.
on.
All right. So when you guys are leveling your pets, what kind of food are you using?
Tacos.
Tacos. What about you, Sriracha?
I go hard, dude. I feed my fairy ambrosia.
I think we can all agree that we really enjoy our pets, and we can talk more about them. We have some questions coming up in Q&A all about pets. So now we're going to move into community news. Lots of events were happening in the last few weeks. Let's talk about them with Sriracha.
Hey, guys. Yeah, so we recently had the Beaster Egg Hunt, which was really cool. It was like this event where I was just running around and dropping eggs for everybody to enjoy. So it really turned out to be like a crazy realm train where a bunch of people were just following me around and shooting stuff, and then every now and then I'd drop like a common or an uncommon egg. So some people really came up, and it was really cool because everybody got their egg on.
And then that led right into April Fool's Day, which was pretty fun here in the realm.
No, that's right. Yeah, we had a couple cool things going on for April Fool's Day. Some of you got the what was it, Buff? The Valiant Soldier's armor. It turned out to just be really funny because it was like, oh yeah, you can get this awesome armor for free, and instead people got cheater armor and cheater katanas, and
Lots of fun cheater words.
yeah.
I mean, that armor is still pretty awesome looking.
It's really cool. I mean, what was there? There's a robe of the cheater or something like that too. So I mean, it was like a funny little thing that we did. But I thought the coolest part of it is that players got free feed power out of it. So if they didn't want to keep the armor for whatever novelty reasons they wanted, they could at least feed it to their pets. And it was like our way of saying April Fool's Day. And then some of you encountered chicken oryx.
What's this forums datum situation?
Oh, yeah. So one of our players who's really good at this kind of stuff, Seven, actually posted this really, really cool thing that basically just lays out our structure and our forums and pretty much anything that you could possibly imagine realm related in one post. And it's like this masterful, awesome post that Seven really took a lot of time into doing. So we actually stickied it. And if you ever had any, questions about the forums or needed to know where to go to get information, you could actually check out the sticky. It's called Forums Datum. And shout out to Seven for actually posting this up because it was really, really lengthy, and you could tell he took a lot of time on that. So way to go, dude.
Thank you, Seven.
Thank you for that.
And then it was my birthday. So for my birthday, last Saturday, we gathered twice in a couple of tombs, ocean trenches, and undead lairs. And I believe I opened up a manor because Ruthven had to be with us for at least part of my birthday. You came in your birthday suit or whatever you wanted, and we just ran some stuff together. I gave 10 people some tacos to feed their pets, and it was a good time. Sila Geeks wrote me a haiku, which is awesome because it's my favorite form of haiku.
575.
I like haikus. So thank you, Sila Geeks. Here's what Sila Geeks wrote to me on the forum. Zbornox welcomes nakeds. Community approval. Tacos everywhere.
That was really good.
That was cool. Mm-hmm. I'm going to read one more. GM events bring cheer, especially for births. Have a good one, Zborn. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you all who came out and wished me well for my birthday and sent me messages. It was pretty cool, both in real life and in Realm life.
Also, if you guys checked out the blog lately, we've been regularly updating that with different works of creative work from some of our local Realm, well, maybe not so local, but our Realm community. And I think the last update we did was Slug King's character sprites, and those were really cool because they were like little comic book sprites that he made, and it really does give you a sense of emotion and the impact of these little characters, and he'll show them like what they look like when they're dead or about to die. So check that out on the blog.wildshadow.com.
So I don't know about you, Sriracha, but it's been a long winter. We've been working hard. It's time for a little bit of a vacation, right?
That's right. So with that in mind, spring break may be over for most of you, but we like to celebrate spring break a little bit late. And, out here in the Bay Area, it just started getting warm again, and we just got out of this crazy windstorm. So we're going to celebrate spring break in style. That's why this coming weekend, we're doing the official Realm of the Mad God Spring Break Beach Party.
Beach party!
Beach party! It's going to be super fun, you guys. We're going to go and, I'm going to open up some beach zones on random servers, and so some of you guys can pop into the beach zone and get some drinks, kill a beach god. I may spawn a boss or two, if you guys want me to. It'll be a good time to log in, get some free stuff, and enjoy yourself on our Realm of the Mad God Spring Break Beach Party. Hey, yo!
What other events do we have coming up in the next few weeks?
So actually, we have one going on right now. It's going to end probably before this is posted, before the players get to listen to RealmCast, but it's the Forum Rap Contest. It's the Realm of the Mad Rapper Contest, and we actually got a lot of really sick entries in there. A lot of them are lyrics. Some people posted SoundCloud recordings. Others have YouTube videos up. You guys will be able to vote on the top 5, and the top 5 will be receiving 2,000 fame. Then you vote on the grand prize winner, who gets 2,000 gold. So it's a pretty awesome prize. You can get yourself some bling with your sick little gold prize.
Are we allowed to enter?
No.
We have an engineer who said if we write her lyrics that she will rap for us.
She can submit it.
We'll play it on RealmCast.
But
That would be fantastic.
yeah, that would be awesome.
Why don't we have her do a freestyle on RealmCast next time?
Actually, that might be a good idea. We will be playing some of the winners on next RealmCast.
Just another event. I thought that, since Realm is a very PvE related game, and you go around and you take on the environment, thought that we should add a little competition to the game. So I'm introducing Sriracha's Tough Tumor dungeon runs, and this is a guild-based event. So the way it's going to work is you guys can actually submit or register your guild. We'll pick 10 of the highest submitted that have the highest guild fame, and you guys will compete against one another for a exclusive guild spawnathon, and whoever posts the fastest time through the tomb will get that, and it should be really awesome because you guys will actually be able to show off how badass you are at this game.
Thank you, Sriracha.
You're welcome.
That was Sriracha Hour, everybody.
Yeah, I talked a lot.
Lots of events coming up. Lots of events happened. Thank you so much for telling us all about them. You can read more about them on the forums. It's time for Q&A.
Player Q&A.
Boom. So the first set of questions are going to focus on pets. Our first question was submitted by our moderator, Liam. And his question goes as follows. My question concerns the cosmetic aspect of pets and is based on the assumption that the outcome of a fused pet is totally random. Is my assumption true, or is the evolution deterministic?
Let me take this one because, as I mentioned earlier, I had the fairy pet, and I am not pleased that I got the fairy pet. I really would have preferred something cooler looking. So, to answer your question, Liam, I would think that, or at least I've heard that we're actually going to be pushing a feature where players can change the skin of their pet. So that should be coming out within the near future. No date set yet, but look forward to that, guys.
And if that feature does come out, you'll probably only be able to change the skin within the family of that pet. Just a heads up.
Yeah, you're not going to go from fairy to
Like robot,
lion.
android, or
Yeah. So,
Phoenix.
so it is a
Like the
potential.
Phoenix.
Yeah, that's the best one. I wanted that, but I got a fairy.
So this feature has been suggested to us, and it's a potential, but it's not out yet, and we do not have a date for that.
Correct.
But we know it's definitely wanted.
Okay, so the next player that we have is Dominion. Dominion submitted 9 questions. We're not going to be able to answer all of them, but we're going to try to do the first 4 for him. So the first question is, what is the priority list on the bug fix order that resulted as a fallout from the pet build release? I think Koala P, you'd probably be better at answering this.
We've already done several pushes since we released pets to fix some of the higher priority issues. I think right now the big thing that we're looking at actually isn't necessarily pets related, but in terms of the Godlands pot drop rates, that's way up there on our priority list right now, as well as the death screen error, where players are seeing that they died by object instead of the correct name of whatever killed them. Pets is... we still have some issues to work out there, but I don't know that there's a huge number of bugs that we're looking at fixing right now.
Okay. And the second question is, what will become of the previous priority list of bug fixes from pre-pet build release?
And I believe one of the questions that I have kind of goes into that. UGC4 asked me, is there going to be a build that focuses only on bug fixes? And with Elder Realms on the way, one thing that we really wanted to focus on was making sure that the game was in a good state before we put another big feature out. So the next couple of builds will focus heavily on bug fixes and stability.
Yes, that's awesome.
Cool.
I think something that should also be noted with the pet build release is that some of the bugs that arose when we released pets weren't in testing.
Yeah, those
So
are fun.
So there was no way for us to really know what was going to happen until we went live. So I know there was kind of a misconception that we released a feature that had all these bugs in it and that we just didn't care. The reality is that those bugs did not arise until we released it to the live servers.
Within the pets release, we had larger than usual amount of testing time, and we were able to open testing to players. Within that time, we found and resolved over 100 bugs, including small things like typos and bigger issues like game-breaking problems.
So the third question we have is, when will Godlands drop rates be returned to its original percentage?
Hey! I sort of just answered that.
Exactly.
It's something that we're looking into right now. In fact, before we came in to record this, the engineer that sits next to me was digging into the code to figure out what might be going on.
And the fourth question is, what has become of past projects? Treasures, Draconis, Guild Overhaul, Fame Overhaul, Endgame. Right now, our main focus right now is bug fixes and Elder Realms. There's been a restructuring of priority of when things get released in a way that what we want to do right now is give you guys content. We know that you guys want harder content. You want
Endgame content.
endgame content. And so right now we're working on giving you that in a lot bigger way than previously anticipated, and probably a lot bigger way than I think you guys realize. And some of it will incorporate some of the things that you guys have listed in this question, and some of the things that we've seen on the forums with questions about, when can we get this, when can we get that. We're trying to incorporate a lot of different things and put together a flow of new content that will just be coming out over the next year, but you'll see a lot of it very soon.
Exciting stuff.
Cool. Curry Heroes up next. Can pets be used multiple times on different characters? I always use my deer toucan, and if I die, I want to use him again. So is that possible? Yes.
Absolutely. One of the cool things about pets is that these transcend all your characters. So you can keep your pet yard amongst all your characters for one account, and you can go on to go ahead and say, in the terrible case that one of your characters dies, you will be able to access that same pet that you had on a new character, which will help you level up faster, and it's really cool because it's something that you can keep.
Next question is from I Love Tohu, and the question is, will there be more pet abilities?
Yes.
We're working on that right now, actually, and we should see that in the near future.
Credily asks, do you intend on adding more pets to each family?
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah, that's the nice thing about pets is that it gives us a way to, add more pets, new content, and stuff like that in the future. The next question is from XCown. And the question is, when fusing pets, do both pets have to be maxed to get the best deal, or do you only have to max one pet and fuse it with an unfed pet at the same rarity and family? The answer is you have to have both pets maxed out to get the best deal.
Yeah, one thing to pay attention to when you're actually fusing the pets is the fuse power. So if you notice a fuse power when you're trying to fuse pets that says bad or not good, though that's going to determine the ability power of your next pet. So generally you want to make sure that before you fuse a pet, if you want the best potential pet that you can ever get, that it's always maxed before you fuse every time.
Mongolian asks, will there ever be a way to customize my pet in the future? For example, maybe different colored collars. I get sad when I see someone else with my same personalized pet. This is something that we haven't really thought about, but it's a great idea, and thanks for putting it out there. Koala P questions!
Yay!
All right, so we have a question from Hated Fury. The question is, Koala P, do you ever get frustrated by the lack of bug fixes by the programmers? Also, did you have to waste any time trying to reproduce the spells killing players rumor?
As QA, I'm always going to be frustrated if a release goes out with bugs. That's just... It's something that tends to be a quality in most QA agents. We're a little on the obsessive-compulsive side, and if I had my way, we would probably get releases like 6 months at a time because I would want them to be perfect when they went out. But unfortunately, that's not realistic. In regards to the spells killing players rumor, there seemed to be two aspects to that. I think it was just unfortunate timing when the unknown object on the death screen appeared. It didn't take long to reproduce it all. As I mentioned earlier, I was able to reproduce it just by sitting in a pile of scorpions. They're jerks, by the way. And, well, they killed me. And got a repro pretty much the first time I did it. So I was able to get it to one of our engineers pretty quickly, and they've been looking into it.
So a question that we had talked about a little bit earlier, but here's the full question from UGC4. Dear Koala, I was wondering, is there going to be a build that focuses only on bug fixes? If so, could you fix the big bugs / exploits?
As I mentioned earlier, we are going to be focusing a lot over the next few builds with stability and bug fixes. I personally cannot fix any of them. I am learning to program, but I am not an engineer on the game, so it's a little bit outside of my realm, but to do it. The main thing that QA does is that we go through the builds, we look for exploits and bugs, and we call them out so that our engineers are able to prioritize and fix them. Unfortunately, I do not have the knowledge myself to fix a lot of these. I would love to, though.
And eventually you will.
Here's hoping.
You will.
So the next question from Zero Wind is, Koala P, do you have a pet koala in Realm the Mad God? And are you going to make an Australian server? If yes, please do it quick.
I do have a pet koala attached to my testing account. He wanders around with me and helps me find bugs while nibbling on eucalyptus. As for the second question, are we going to make an Australian server? As I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed, we have implemented sort of the base work for localization lately. You might notice the language button that's grayed out on the front screen. So we are going to be having things in the future that are a bit more localized to the area that you're in, but I'm not sure as of right now if there's going to be a specific server for Australia.
And the final question for you, Koala P, is from Helltrust. Koala P, will there be a divine koala that comes out? And on a serious note, When is Elder Realms planned on being released?
There should be a divine koala.
There should be.
There should absolutely be a divine koala.
I think so.
I
Maybe a little crown on him.
I would like to submit the one that's in my signature on the forums. He is adorable.
Realm of the Mad Koalas.
And
Yes.
the second question regarding Elder Realms being released.
Elder Realms is going to be a huge feature. There's a lot that we're planning on putting into it and a lot that is going to take time to do. So I don't know that I would feel comfortable giving you a specific date. I don't want to make a promise that we might not be able to keep. It's something that we want to get out in the near future, but we want to make sure the game's in a good state first.
So the next question is from Sharvy, and it is, will it be possible for you to make events last longer? Because they all start when I'm asleep, and when I wake up, I find out I've woken up an hour late.
Aw.
Yeah, I mean, I personally have to apologize to all my folks in Australia for the time in which events are actually run, only because we're on Pacific Standard Time. So it's really rough for me to stay up till midnight or 1 a.m. to actually run a live event in game for you guys. But with that in mind, we are, like Koala mentioned earlier, we are working on getting localized out of the U.S. So in the near future, we might have people, across the pond running events and doing that cool stuff.
And you guys are also welcome to post your own events up on the forum. I see a lot of tomb runs
Absolutely.
and other things going on up there. So even if they're not sponsored by a GM, you can definitely go ahead and create your own.
Totally encourage you guys to do your own events. And, if you need help with anything, you can always PM me or post up a thread, say, Sriracha, help, and I'll do what I can.
Sriracha will help.
So the next question is from Betrayed. When will the random bits of lag be removed from the game?
Lag has a lot of different causes. So there's server lag, which occurs on our side, and then there's client lag, and then you might actually experience lag based on your internet connection. I know mine craps out on me a lot, usually at the most inconvenient times, like in the middle of a raid. But on our end, as I mentioned earlier, we are looking at taking some time and improving server stability on our end. So hopefully you will see less in the very near future.
Thanks to everybody who submitted questions for RealmCast 2.4. Where can you find us on all of our social media outlets, Sriracha?
Oh, yeah. Follow us on Twitter. That's at ROTMG_news. You can find us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/ROTMG. Our blog on Tumblr, which is blog.wildshadow.com. On our forums, forums.wildshadow.com. And,
Please tweet us about this RealmCast, what you thought, and if you have any questions, just tag it, #RealmCast2x4. If you have more questions about pets, #RealmPets.
And if you have some sick artwork, music, photos, whatever, send it to artist.rotmg@gmail.com, and you may be the next featured artist on our blog and become all famous and stuff.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Koala P, for joining us.
It was great to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. And don't forget to leave your comment on SoundCloud or YouTube, and talk to you, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.